It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we're in the garage and I am going to build the most inexpensive, cheap sap bucket lids you can get. I bought a bunch of pails, they didn't have lids, and I kind of priced out the lids, and the lids are going to be $2 to $3 each. And when you're buying like 50, 60 pails, that becomes a lot of money just for lids, basically something to keep the rain out. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna look around the garage, I'm gonna see what I have, and we're gonna make the cheapest, most inexpensive lids we can. And this is what I came up with. It's not my design. This is basically how people have made sap bucket lids for years. They've used one piece of tin and bent it, and it just clips on the pail. So it's a very simple way of doing it. A lot of the old guys use galvanized tin. All I had was this aluminum flashing. And I thought, is it gonna be strong enough? But man, I think it's gonna work really, really good. And aluminum is super easy to cut. So, you know what? If you went out to have to buy the aluminum, it may not be cheaper than actually going and buying the lids. But if you have it around, or any type of tin for that matter, you can cut galvanized tin and just cut it into this shape, bend it, and it just clips on like that. That's all you need to do. So I'm gonna show you how I make it, and we're gonna start hanging them on the trees. So let's go. So I got a roll of aluminum flashing, and I rolled it out. I marked it every 10 inches with a scrape. So what I do is I make a mark with a scraper at 10 inches. I find that works good with this flashing. Makes a nice crisp line. Okay, so now you got them all cut out. I bend the edge, put them in the vise, crimp that corner, crimp this corner. So what that is for, that'll go towards the front, so if someone walks into it or you catch your hand, you're not gonna cut yourself. You could do it to all the corners, but at least this side is against the tree. So after you do that, you go in the center and you're about 3/4 of an inch. Bend it over. Go to this side. About 3/4 of an inch. Bend it over. There you go. It is done. You give it a bend. And then you stick it on. And that's all those lids are. We'll finish up the rest of these and go out and put them on the trees. Heading out, we're gonna put the lids on the pails that I tapped yesterday. I tapped about another 60, I think, yesterday. So I should be pretty well close to 100 pails up on the trees. But I have to dump these by hand. So when it really starts running, that's when the work's gonna really start. Okay, so I got stuck in here. There is very little frost in the ground, for sure, because I got stuck here yesterday. So basically, you just pop it on. They're very easy and fast. So there you go. The lids are on the buckets. The sap is flowing. The weather is looking awesome. Probably this weekend we're going to boil. I wanted to show you guys how to make simple sap lids because, man, it can become really expensive if you actually go out and just purchase absolutely everything. You know, it can be very expensive maple syrup. So wherever you can cut corners and save a little bit of money, that's the way to do it. And making your own sap lids are definitely the way to go. And this is going to be part of the How to Make Maple Syrup series. You know what? This is a fun and exciting time on the homestead. I love it. It's the beginning of spring, and it's a lot of work, but a lot of fun. So that's about enough for today. You guys have a good one.